And if you were listening to the first hour of the show, then you know Rob Parker came in strutting.
Yes.
Rob Parker had his chest out. Rob Parker had bass in his voice. Rob Parker was rubbing his newly grown beard. Rob Parker thought he was all that because Aaron Rodgers finally had a great Aaron Rodgers type performance this season. And I salute Aaron Rodgers.
Can you say 6 touchdowns?
I am just not blinded, and I am just open to criticizing him when he doesn't do Aaron Rodgers things. I'm not so sure that Rob Parker will be as kind to Dak Prescott as I was to Aaron Rodgers. Because Dak Prescott had himself a game Sunday night against Rob's other favorite quarterback. What'd you call him? Wentz in a lifetime?
That's right.
What in the world does that mean?
Pennsylvania.
Wentz in a lifetime, you get a quarterback out of North Dakota? That's all it can mean now. Because don't give me this walk it to him Wentz. Nobody throws like Wentz. We never seen a Carson Wentz. Because they are looking very pedestrian with Carson Wentz at the helm. And I'm telling you right now, Rob Parker, I would rather have Dak Prescott as the quarterback of my football team than your man, Carson Wentz.
You didn't say that when they lost.
I've been saying it.
When they lost 3 in a row, you were wincing watching Dak Prescott play quarterback because that's how ugly it was. 4 interceptions to 2 touchdowns. They couldn't beat the winless Jets. And they also lost to the New Orleans Saints, who didn't even score a touchdown.
Go back in time.
I am going backwards.
What did they do against the Philadelphia Eagles when the division lead was on the line?
The Eagles wet the bed. They turned the ball over the first 2 times. They didn't make it.
Who turned the
What'd
ball
they do?
over?
Give them prune juice?
Who turned the ball over? Who turned the ball over? Huh? Who turned the ball over? Not Dak Prescott.
No, but
Carson Wentz. Did he turn the ball over?
Yes, he turned the ball over twice.
I want to hear it, Robert. I want an explanation. Why did your man wet the bed?
He had too much juice before he went to bed.
I can't believe the Odd Couple crew mouse agape. The Odd Couple crew is stunned because the great hip boat himself, Rob Parker, is speechless.
I'm not speechless.
He look at him. He doesn't know what to say.
All I'm telling you is there's no doubt in my mind I would take Carson Wentz any day of the week.
How about yesterday?
Even yesterday, I still would take him because you know what you're talking about. Dak Prescott, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and 239 measly yards. He barely did anything. I wasn't that impressed.
Rob Parker.
I don't care. He didn't do anything again. Those are pedestrian numbers. I watched the game.
He threw
made a couple of
passes.
He made
to
a couple
Amari
of
Cooper.
throws.
How about the run into the end zone? How about the rushing touchdown? How about that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Nice. That was nice. And your man was dropping them. And I like Carson Wentz. You know, he's a man of God. I like Carson Wentz.
Amen.
But he got to deliver on the football field.
But here's the other part, is that Dak has never been in the conversation for MVP. Carson Wentz got robbed. He should have been the MVP. He got robbed.
No, he got hurt. That's what he got.
And
he got hurt. He shouldn't have won it. Part of the job description is being there.
Our producer, Lee, I want you to look up Carson Wentz's numbers and Tom Brady's numbers that year that they robbed him of the MVP. Not only did he have more touchdowns than Tom Brady, he had less interceptions and a better QBR, and they still gave it to Tom Brady. It was highway robbery.
2 years,
Do you
3 years?
Do you remember when Tom Brady accepted the award? When he accepted the award, he wore a mask because he knew he had robbed it from Carson Wentz.
I really didn't like that.
Yes, he did. That was funny. Lee, when he sees the numbers, you won't even believe it.
I'm going to tell you something, Rob Parker, because you like to throw this out all willy-nilly. You were willing to overlook 3 years of evidence for 3 weeks. You, Rob Parker, that is the very definition of a prisoner of the moment. You were a prisoner of the moment.
Of those 3 weeks?
Yes.
No, I'm not.
You overlooked the fact that he had led them to a 13-3 record as a rookie. He had led them to 2 playoff appearances in 3 years, one being a playoff victory. That he had won more games in the regular season than anyone not named Tom Brady since he's been in the league. You overlooked all of that for 3 weeks. Prisoner of the moment.
How many times have we had an NFL former player, executive? They all said the same. He's a third-tier game manager.
Hold on.
He's not that guy. He can't win a game for you by himself.
What guy is Carson Wentz?
Carson Wentz can win it by himself. He's going to be the MVP.
Really?
If he didn't get hurt, Chris,
don't go back 3 years. You're tripping.
Would he have won the MVP if he stayed healthy?
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I deal with facts, not feelings.
Hey,
I don't know.
Lee, did you get that for me?
I deal with facts, not feelings. And here's the fact. In the last 2 years, the Philadelphia Eagles, coming off a Super Bowl victory, are 8-10 with Carson Wentz as a starter. And you know what? They were with Nick Foles as a starter in those same years, 6-2.
And Dak Prescott was 0-3 against 3 teams.
He's 4-2 against Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, but it was a gift early on in this game, and you know it was, Chris. When you turn the ball over and give them a short field the first 2 possessions, that just kills the whole game. He played fine. He's just not that special. He's a pedestrian
and your guy
game manager.
This is what
he put up such numbers. He was going to win the MVP of the National Football League.
Don't even go there.
He was. That's how good.
That means
Dak will never be in that conversation.
We haven't seen anything close to that.
Let's do this.
Since then.
Let's bet a pair of Jordans that Dak will never win the MVP.
Why not? Never said he's going to be an MVP.
Never.
Don't put words into my mouth.
Let's bet that.
What I have said.
He won't touch that.
This is my description
I'll
of
give
Dak
you 10
Prescott.
years for that, and it still won't happen.
This is my definition of Dak Prescott. He is a playmaking game manager. He is a game manager.
What does that mean?
This is what it means. It means, yes, he's a game manager. He does need a top-flight receiver. He does need a great running game. He's not the guy, Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes, to do it on his own. Maybe even Deshaun Watson. But what he is a guy that'll manage the game, won't lose the game for you, and this is what separates him from all the other pedestrian game managers. He will make the big play, whether it's with his legs or with his arms. He's got moxie, I tell you. He's got poise. He's got leadership. He's got character. The locker room loves him.
And he's got flaws because he can't do it by himself, Chris, and you know it. Everybody knows it.
There's only a handful who can.
Everything has to be perfect for that guy to succeed on that level, and that's why he couldn't get the touchdown. They lost the game to the Saints. No Drew Brees, and the Saints didn't even score a touchdown in the game, and he couldn't even get them to a victory. That was the most telling game of Dak Prescott's career.
Stop it.
It was the most telling. How could you not win that game down Drew Brees, and Bridgewater couldn't even get a touchdown in the game? And that was an L.
The Saints are beating everybody without Drew Brees.
And the Jets.
They beat the Seahawks without Drew Brees. They beat the Jaguars, the Bears without Drew Brees. What are you talking about?
They couldn't even beat the Jets, a winless team with a quarterback who had to cover his mouth because he had mono. And they still couldn't win that game.
Why could they beat the Eagles?
I told you they self-destructed the first 2 possessions of the game.
Whose fault is that? The quarterbacks? Rob Park, I'm asking you. I'm putting you on the hot seat. Something is wrong in Philadelphia. Something is amiss in the city of brotherly love. I saw commentators, and I told you, I talked to somebody. It seems like the locker room's divided.
I don't know about that.
There are those that love Wentz. There are those that feel like he doesn't listen and he thinks he knows it all. But how many commentators, you probably watched some TV today, how many commentators pointed out that when Carson Wentz was sacked, his teammates didn't go to help him up? I saw guys point that out. I don't know what it means, but on the surface, it looks like there's some friction. We see anonymous quotes, comments. Something's wrong.
There could be a couple guys.
Dak, they're going. I mean, you mess with Dak, you messing with the whole Cowboys locker room.
They just feel bad for him because they know that they don't want to shatter his confidence any lower.
Stop it.
That's the big thing.
That's
so
one
you
thing
better
he
get
doesn't
there.
lack is confidence.
You know, I mean, you don't want to do that.
Rob Parker, this
I can
is
see
what
it
you
now.
want to ignore.
Run, Dak, run. Run, Dak, run.
This is what you want to ignore. See, he resorts to jokes
What?
and trying to get
Okay.
Kawhi to laugh when he has no argument.
Can you
he
give me
has
those?
no meat,
Can you get?
no facts, nothing.
No, that's Alex with no meat.
Oh,
Can you-
wow. I do have the stats from Carson Wentz and Tom Brady that year if you still want them, Rob.
I mean, right, this is
I wanna hear
irrelevant.
this.
You know what? While you're at it,
I wanna hear
what
this.
did
What's up,
Michael
Chris?
Jordan
No, we're
average in
not doing that.
1989?
I
think
Just
above
for the
average.
heck of it, throw it out there.
I just want to hear what the number
Well,
is.
Rob,
goodness.
I mean, you do have somewhat of a point. Carson Wentz, he had 3,296 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 101.9 was his
Okay,
QR.
and give me Tom.
That was 3 less games than Tom Brady. Tom Brady had 4,577
More
yards,
yards.
32 touchdowns, 1 less.
So he had less.
8 interceptions, 1 more, and a total of 102.8.
See? He was right there, and he missed 3 games.
Why are we even
He should have been the
wasting our
MVP
time with that?
That's
even
ridiculous.
even if he had won the MVP, what have you done for me lately?
No.
Can I get a little Janet?
But it
What have you done for me lately?
But it tells you.
That's what this is, a what have you done for me lately kind of league.
Chris, can you tell me when Dak Prescott threw for 24 touchdowns in the season?
This is sing it,
I'm
Janet.
asking you.
Sing it. This was playing in the Philadelphia Eagles locker room yesterday.
Stop.
Malcolm Jenkins and the boys was jamming. And Malcolm got run over, too.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't think he was doing too much dancing after the game.
But, Rob, something's amiss. Something's amiss.
They can still rebound their 1 game out of first place. The Giants aren't making any noise. They can still be there.
They're reeling,
They're not
Mr.
reeling.
Parker.
How are they reeling?
They're reeling.
The Cowboys had lost 3 in a row and they won a game. So how are you going to tell me
The
that?
Cowboys are a better team.
No, they're not.
They got
On
a
paper,
better running back.
Philadelphia's
They got
better.
the best
I'm
receiver
not
of the
buying
group. They got the best quarterback
no,
of
they
the
don't.
group.
Stop
they
it.
do.
No, they don't.
He's better.
He's not better.
Let's see what the callers think.
All right.
Who would you rather have, Dak or Carson?
I'm going to. Oh,
That's
whatever.
right. Remember that song when you make your decision.
I will start with Bill in Maine. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What you got?
Hey, first-time caller.
What's happening,
Appreciate
Bill?
it.
Thanks for calling in.
First, I'll answer your question, but I did call to talk about Tom Brady.
But
And
go
then
ahead, go ahead
Carson
on
Wentz.
Dak or Carson.
Yes.
I would take Dak. Over his career, he's been better as a quarterback than Carson Wentz.
That's facts. Facts. Facts.
Wait a
they
minute.
don't even say facts in Maine. Facts.
I don't know what.
He has.
He has
Rob.
not.
It's
No, he
about
hasn't.
wins. Is
No.
it about wins or is it about putting a trophy on
This dude
your
was
mantle
going to
at
be the
home?
MVP. Have played so well. I don't know what Bill's talking about.
They only won the Super Bowl without him. Marty in Kentucky.
I got to thank
Marty in Kentucky. You're on with Chris and Rob. What's happening, man? I know you're gonna talk.
What's up,
sense.
fellas?
You're gonna talk. In fact, you know what? Bring your son. Bring River on now.
Where's
Let
it?
me crazy, Chris Broussard.
River,
right.
River.
Rivers, he kind of just ate some burger and went down the wrong pipe. And
Uh-oh.
He's not having a good
Oh
day.
wow. Okay.
All right. Hey, feel better, River.
Yes.
All right, Marty, what you got?
Well, I don't think that Dak just, put forth a superstar effort. He had 239 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But, Carson was even worse. And Carson has showed some real inconsistency. And with all the intangibles that Dak has with
Yes.
his leadership and the way the team rallies around him, if you're going to make me pick between these two guys, I'll take Dak.
What?
It's a wipeout.
Marty, are you
2-0.
all right? Marty, I think you're
2-0.
choking on a burger,
I want
too.
to call in when River's okay.
That's
'Cause
right.
I want him to tell Rob Parker he's crazy.
Chris Broussard, you crazy.
Let
What
me
was-
crazy, Chris Broussard.
That's right. You are absolutely. Roger in Minnesota, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Roger?
Hey, guys, I love your show. I like
Thank
it better
you.
than anything on television or radio.
Wow, Roger.
Now, you know,
Yeah.
Roger,
Wow.
feel free to write a letter to Fox.
That's
if you
right.
want. The TV
I've been
people.
listening to you guys for like almost a year now. I adore you two. You got kind of the blowhard in Rob that kind of gives the hot takes. You got the intellectual, and I love
Yes,
Rob. He's
you
the most
summed
hilarious
it
guy
up
on-
perfectly, Roger. The
he's the most
intellectual.
hilarious. He's the most hilarious guy on radio, though. And you're the intellect, though, Chris.
Yes,
you're the
I
intellect.
am.
But-
I hope you taping this out.
Thank
the
you.
whole
The
thing.
intellect versus the blowhard.
I'm not a blowhard, Roger.
I love you, Rob.
All right.
You're my guy. Rob, you're my favorite, though. You're
All
my
right.
favorite. Heck, I like Alex. I like Elijah. I like
My
all
man.
those guys. Rob G.
Everybody, Rob G. We got the greatest crew.
Call it
seriously.
anytime.
You do.
Yes.
But anyway, I want to talk about. Well, first of all, Dak and Carson are twins. They're identical.
Wow.
They play the same. They would do the same thing for their team. I think if Dak had the Eagles team 2 years ago, he would have won a Super Bowl. I think if Carson was on the Cowboys right now, he's a bit more of a gunslinger kind of guy. I think they're twins. They were born from the same parents. They play identically. I like them both equally. Both equally.
All right, Roger.
Okay.
Wow.
Look,
Twins.
I don't think they're twins, but I do think they're very close in talent for different reasons. Because Carson physically, the better passer, no
Right.
doubt.
There's no doubt
But
about
I think Dak gets him in the intangibles. You want to poo-poo it, but
that.
the
I'm
intangibles.
poo-pooing it. Albert and Charlotte, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What you got, Albert?
I just want to say thank you for taking my call, but I'm going to be straight with you. To be a Cowboys fan is to be diseased of the mind. For 23 years, you've been stuck in the moment. For 23 years, you've been stuck in the moment. What has the franchise produced in the last 23 years?
Nothing.
Hold on. What about?
Nothing.
I'm not a Cowboys fan. What about Dak? Dak's been there 4 years.
And what have they won in
And
4
he's-
years? One
And
playoff game.
what have they won in the last 4 years?
What is
under Dak?
Carson won? That's the question. Would you rather have Dak or Carson, Albert? Who would
I
you
would rather have the guy who's almost been MVP than the guy who's not even in the discussion.
Exactly. And not only that, Albert, he'll never be in the discussion for MVP.
They're 8
Dak
and
will
10.
never. Never. Never.
I agree. He won't. I mean, I'd be shocked if he is. I'd give him a shot, a small shot, but I'd be generally stunned.
All right. Appreciate the call, Albert.
Dave in Virginia, you're on with Chris and Rob. Dave?
Hey,
Yep.
can you guys hear me?
Yep, we got you. What's happening?
Hey, what's up, man? Last time I called, Rob didn't like me because of my take on Dak, and it ain't gonna get much better this time. I tell you that. But listen, man, Rob just keep going at Dak, and he said he needs the perfect conditions and all of this. But Dak had the most comebacks from the point he got into the league up until this year. And at the end of the day,
Yes.
Carson may be more talented, but we all been taught since we've been kids that talent doesn't always win. You know, hard work beats talent sometimes. Carson Wentz is the better talent arm, but Dak Prescott gets the job done.
Dave,
Facts,
nobody
Dave.
worked harder than Tim Tebow.
Rack 'em.
He's a baseball
Why you
player
keep
now.
bringing up Tim
No,
Tebow?
because that's that.
Because
Oh,
you
he
got
works.
no argument.
Because he works hard.
Nobody's
Because he
arguing
works
Tim
hard.
Tebow.
Because he does
Crazy.
this. Because he
so
works
excited.
hard. I'm sorry about all
Nobody's
that.
arguing
I
Tim
want
Tebow.
talent. That's what I want. I want talent.
You need the intangibles, too.
Jim in Fort Wayne, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jim?
Oh, no, Chris. Come on. I never agree with Robbie. I'm sorry, but
You would take why?
I'm
get,
taking Wentz all day.
just because he's physically more gifted.
Not just that. Well,
Because he doesn't have
I
the
don't know. I
intangibles
think,
Dak
I
has. Does
think
he
Dak,
have the intangibles Dak has?
Dak could run a faster 40, I'm sure. But God dang, Carson Wentz, look at him on the last game. He makes the throws that Dak cannot make. And can you imagine Carson in the Dallas offense on that team? They would have
Hold
two
on.
Super Bowls
He's
right now.
on a
besides
Super
the
Bowl
injuries.
winner. What more does he want? And before the season started, people were raving about the Eagles receiving group.
No,
Now, I know Deshaun
right.
Jackson's hurt.
On the
but
roster.
You still, Aguilar, and I know he has
And
the
one's
drops a lot.
gone.
And what's his name is there, the one that dropped the pass in the playoffs last year? Jeffrey. I like Alshon.
Right. Oh, that was a heartbreaker right there.
Let's go
I'll
to
squeeze
Jim.
on one more.
Jim in
Can I get
Oklahoma. Jim, you're on with Chris and Rob.
Yeah, I've been listening to this. I typically don't make these calls. I'm a football guy. I'm not a typical fan. I won't get into it. Bottom line is, you guys are really kind of ignorant and uninformed. The bottom line is Dak is a quarterback in transition. If you look at his mechanics, He's completely different now than he was the year before. His first year in the league, he could only make reads to his right. If you broke down film, you looked at it, you'd see that he missed target after target, read after read to his left. He only to his right. His footwork was terrible. I was not a Dak Prescott fan whatsoever, but the bottom line is that Kitna has made a tremendous difference to this guy. He's a quarterback in transition. You can't identify and isolate what he is now because he's in transition right now. And so,
so you would take him. You would take him over Wentz.
I would take him right now because of his upside. Yeah.
So you think he'll be? It sounds like Jim thinks he might even get in the MVP race.
I don't believe that. I'll believe that when I see it. I'll bet 20 pair of Jordans.
Well, you know what? We're going to bring in our man, Rod Woodson.
Rod doesn't like him.
This.
Rod has talked about it over and over.
All right.
Let's do
I'm
that.
I'm just wondering who he'd like. That's all I'm going to ask him.
He told you what. He told me
Wentz,
Dak
Wentz
Prescott is like
Dak.
220 yards.
Right, that's what he said.
One
but he's
touchdown,
a winner. He's
one
a winner.
pick.
See, Rod
he wasn't a winner.
understands intangibles.
He's not a winner because they lost.
Rod understands intangibles.
They lost 3 games in a row if he's such a winner.
All right, we will get to him after Ralph Irvin. Ralph.
I'll tell you what, guys.
Who would you take, Ralph?
I would take Dak Prescott.
Thank you.
Turn his mic off.
What is it, like 5-1 Dak?
If it wasn't for the
5-1
update,
Dak.
we'd shut your mic down.
I wouldn't, Ralph.
If it wasn't
You're
for your bad
always free to
intentions,
speak.
you'd have Dak too.
That's right. You're always free to speak, Ralph.
Well, and you know who else is free? The Patriots are free to move down the field.
Here comes Edelman in motion to the right, and it's a pitch to Michel to the left, and he's into the end zone for a Patriots touchdown.
Sexy backdoor little flip to Sony Michel.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Patriots Radio Network with the call. New England opens the game with a 16-play, 78-yard drive that ate up over half the first quarter, 8 minutes and 47 seconds on that opening drive, just demoralizing the Jets defense.
Well, it's because it took Tom Brady so much time with the Walker to be able to play quarterback.
Well, the Walker didn't stop him from going 8 of 9 for 55 yards on that first drive.
Dinkin and Duncan.
You got the Jets winning.
It's only 7-0. What are you talking about? The Jets are driving.
Some Jordans.
We're not betting Jordans on this. You got some nerve.
That's how
we bet wings. Go ahead, Rob.
You know that loud leaf blowers are illegal in Southern California. You are living up to the blowhard right now, my friend.
Being a blowhard.
I know it.
Hey, it's the Odd Couple. I'm Chris. He is Rob, and we want to encourage all of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's right. You know, you can listen to us on the radio, and now you can watch us as well, and it's fun.